Yesterday, a 19-year-old lifted the World Cup. He did it on the same pitch as the man he grew up idolizing, Lionel Messi, wearing Argentina blue on the other side of the same final. Every time he scores, he holds up his fingers and signs a number. 304. Most people watching have no idea what it means. It's a postcode for a neighborhood most of Spain would rather forget exists. This isn't a highlight reel. This is the story of the room he came from and the 4 people who got him out of it. 30 kilometers up the coast from Barcelona sits Mataró, a city of about 130,000 people. Tucked inside it is a neighborhood called Rocafonda. Working class, largely immigrant. The kind of place local officials openly admit has a bad reputation for crime and other things. It's also the place Lamine Yamal spent his early childhood. His mother, Sheila Abana, emigrated from Equatorial Guinea. His father, Monir Nasraoui, came from Morocco. They met in Barcelona, 2 teenagers building a life from nothing in a country that wasn't originally either of theirs. Before Yamal, there was his grandmother, Fatima. She's the reason any of this happened at all. She left Morocco alone, on a bus, stopping in Algeciras, then Granada, before finally reaching Mataró. Once there, she worked mornings, afternoons, and nights, whatever shift she could find, until she'd saved enough to bring Yamal's father and his sister over. Yamal's father arrived in Spain when he was 3 years old. Fatima still lives in Rocafonda today, in a house her grandson bought her. When Yamal was 3 years old, his parents separated. It's the kind of detail that gets 1 sentence in most bios, and then gets skipped past. It shouldn't be. For years afterward, Yamal's childhood was split geographically between his mother in Granollers and his father, who moved back in with Fatima in Rocafonda. Read that again. A child describing his own routine, and the detail he remembers isn't the football. It's his mother leaving for a night shift. She had him at 16 years old, raising a child while working whatever hours she could get. His father, meanwhile, was doing his own version of the same fight. This is the context Yamal returns to, unprompted, whenever someone asks how he handles pressure. Not nerves before a final. Not a bad performance. Here's where the story turns, and it turns on an accident. A scout from Espanyol, one of Barcelona's cross-city rivals, had already noticed a small, dark-skinned kid tearing up local matches for La Torrita. He'd gone on trial there first. Nothing came of it immediately. Then a Barcelona scout named Isidre Gil walked into a bar near La Torrita's pitch and asked, almost offhand, if the club had any good players. The answer he got back: "There's a kid here who's really good." Barcelona called for a trial. Yamal was 6 years old. He was told, repeatedly, not to forget anything. He forgot his boots. Someone lent him a pair. He trained for most of the session, then played the final 30 minutes in a scrimmage against kids a year older than him. By the time he left, Barcelona had made their decision. He officially joined La Masia, Barcelona's legendary academy, the same one that built Messi, Xavi, and Iniesta, the following year at age 7. A 6-year-old who nearly showed up without boots was about to enter the most famous youth academy in world football. What happened over the next several years broke the academy's own rules. La Masia's directors historically resisted moving players up age groups early. It's a philosophy, not just a policy. Yamal made them abandon it. He was playing with players a full year, and then 2 years older than him, and still the best player on the pitch. By 15, he was training with Barcelona's senior first team. In April 2023, he made his debut in a 4-0 win over Real Betis, 15 years, 9 months, 16 days old. The youngest player to ever represent FC Barcelona's first team. The kid from the room with one door was now playing under the lights that had once belonged to Messi. Fast forward to yesterday. MetLife Stadium, New Jersey. Spain and Argentina in the World Cup final. On the other side of the pitch, Lionel Messi, the player whose name Yamal grew up saying alongside Ronaldinho and Neymar as his football heroes. Spain won. 19 years old. 3rd youngest finalist in World Cup history. A trial he almost missed because he forgot his boots. And now a World Cup medal. He's talked about this before, that the measure of what he's built isn't the trophies. It's that his mother doesn't have to work a night shift anymore. It's that his grandmother lives in a house he bought her, still in Rocafonda, still surrounded by the same streets. It's that his father, now living comfortably in Barcelona, is treated like a local hero every time he walks back into the neighborhood. Every goal, he signs the number 304. It's not a celebration. It's a signature, a way of putting the neighborhood's name on something the whole world is watching. There's a version of the story that's just about talent, a 6-year-old who happened to be better than everyone else on the pitch. That version is true. It's also incomplete. The fuller version starts with a grandmother on a bus from Morocco, a mother who had him at 16 and worked night shifts to keep him fed, a father who picked things up off the street rather than let his son go hungry, and a kid who grew up in a room where the kitchen and the bed were within arm's reach of each other and turned that pressure into the only kind he says he actually respects. Yesterday, he won the World Cup. The room is still standing in Rocafonda. He's the reason people know it's postcode